Little Owl's Night by Divya Srinivasan. Little Owl was having a wonderful night. He watched the funny possum family waddle along in a neat row. Hedgehog sniffed around the mushroom patch. Skunk was eating berries because he could find no snails. By the river, beavers gnawed at trees. Turtle hid in her shell as fireflies danced all around. Little Owl visited his friends, the raccoon. As they sat in the clover, fog rolled in and hovered just overhead. Moths fluttered toward the moon. Silver dust fell from their wings. Little Owl wanted to follow, but it was time to head home. On the way, Little Owl flew by the grumbly cave. Bear was inside, snoring up a storm. "Wake up, Bear. Don't sleep all night," Little Owl sang. "I want to show you the moon." But the bear kept snoring, as usual. Little Owl flew home to his tree, gazing at the sky. He wondered if the bear had ever seen stars. Little Owl sat on his branch. How he loved the night forest. Frog croaked softly. Cricket chirped smartly. Little Owl heard rustling at the foot of his tree. Fox had come to say hello. It was late now. The bats were gliding home. "Mamma," Little Owl whispered, "tell me again how night ends." "The moon and stars fade to ghosts," Mamma said. "Spiderwebs turn to silver threads. Dewdrops sparkle on leaves, and grass like tiny stars come down. Moonflowers close and morning glories open. The sky brightens from black to blue, blue to red, red to gold. The rooster crows, the crows caw, and the day begins," said Mamma. But Little Owl did not hear. He was fast asleep. Today's craft, we will be making a snowy owl to go along with today's book. For the Snowy Owl Winter Art Project, we will need one piece of black paper and then a smaller piece of black paper. We will be using this to make some part of the owl's eyes, so it doesn't have to be very big. Some yellow paper and some brown paper. You will also need some white paint, glue, a paper towel, scissors, and something to write with. One more item I forgot would be a paper plate or something you can squirt a little bit of paint onto. The first step of this project is making the owl's body. So what we're going to do is take our white paint and squirt a little bit onto our paper plate. Then we're going to take our plain piece of black paper and our paper towel, and this is what we're going to paint with our paper towel. We're going to crinkle it up though, so it makes like a little ball, and we're going to dip it in the paint and then dab it off on the paper plate a little bit so it's not as potent. Now we're going to make the owl's body. So you just start on the paper and kind of make an oval shape. If you want a tiny owl, make it smaller. If you want a bigger owl, you can make it bigger. And if it looks like your paper towel's running out of paint, just dab it back in on your paint plate. Do it again. Repeat this process until you have a big enough and white enough owl for your liking, and then we'll go on to the next step. Once you have painted your owl shape, you're going to set that aside to dry, and we're going to work on making the owl's nose, eyes, and its feet. So to make the owl's beak, we'll cut out a little piece of black paper, and then we're going to cut a triangle out of that.
just like so. Set aside this piece of paper until later. And now we will cut its feet. To make the feet, you start out with kind of a rectangular shape, and instead of cutting across it, you're going to fan it out like a triangle. And then cut the bottom. To make its toes, you will cut 2 triangles out of this triangle down here. So you'll just cut a little baby triangle and another one. And that's one of its feet, its legs. And then you can repeat this process, so we'll do it again. We'll start, cut one side, cut the other, and then make a triangle shape. So cut out, and then cut across the bottom. And again, we're going to cut out 2 tiny, smaller triangles out of the bottom here. So here's its other foot. Now we need to make 2 circles for its pupils. You take more black paper, cut a circle, and cut another circle. Now these have to be big enough to fit inside of the yellow paper. So now we're going to take some yellow paper and cut circles bigger than the black circles so that the black circle can fit inside of the yellow. So if you want to, you can hold it in it, or you can take it away and cut another circle, but remember it has to be bigger than the black circles. And see if it fits inside. Perfect. And then again, cut another one. And see if this one fits inside, and it does. So now we have 2 eyes, 2 legs, and a beak. Now we will take our brown paper and we're going to make a tree branch for our owl to sit on. So we're just going to make another rectangular piece, and if you want to make a branch, you can at the end make a branch like this, and you can cut it out if you'd like. Now to make it look like it has bark on it, we're just going to kind of crinkle it up. It adds a little texture, and then we're going to straighten it back out. And the bird is going to look like, the owl is going to look like it's sitting on top of this tree branch. Once your painted bird is dry, you're going to first glue down the branch below the owl. So go ahead and glue that on. And it's okay if it sticks up a little because it adds texture. So you don't want to just glue it down, but it's okay if it's a little crinkly like this. Now we're going to put the beak on. So you're going to decide where you want the beak and glue that down. That looks good right about there. And decide where you would like the eyes. So first glue down the yellow piece. The yellow pieces, and then you can glue down black pieces. The last step is gluing on the legs. So if you'd like to make it look like it's sitting on the tree branch, you put the legs, attach it to the bird, but also put it on top of the tree branch. And that makes it look like it's sitting on it. And there you go. You have an owl sitting on a tree branch.
Thank you for following along. I hope you had fun. Come back again this week for more fun activities.